So I'm going to start off with some press questions. If you could go off mute and ask your question, that would be dope. So we left off with Urban Latino. If you want to hop on and ask the rest of your questions.
Okay, great. So Clever. It's so great to be here chatting with you yet again. I
Hello,
just want to
hello.
say congratulations on this incredible album.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, it's been super highly anticipated, as we all know, with these amazing features that you have from Lil Wayne, Juice WRLD, Post Malone, and you even dedicated the album to Juice WRLD. So I was interested in knowing if you feel like this and all the features have influenced the process of creating the album.
Absolutely. To have Post Malone and Juice WRLD on the same record is definitely very fitting because I'm signed to both of them. I was signed to Juice and Grade A in 2018, right around the time Juice was kind of making some noise, and I got to watch him kind of grow as an artist and was kind of playing my part. I kind of felt like Lil Wayne actually, watching Juvenile do his thing for a while and him sitting back kind of playing his role before he got his chance. And to have Lil Wayne on the record is definitely dope. I put my 6-year-old son on the song with him. He was sitting next to me and kind of just added some la la la's to the end of the record, and I added it. He's already getting publishing deal offers and so forth, so I think that's dope. But to have Chris Brown is huge. To have Little Baby and the topic that we were talking about in our song is definitely huge. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
But it's definitely. I think the album itself, paying tribute to Juice, I really wouldn't be on this call even without him. Not that I wouldn't have kept pushing forward, but I didn't have to be here without Juice, and he really opened a lot of doors. So I would definitely say that the features on this album inspired the creation of it.
That's really beautiful just to hear. I mean, I, for one, and I feel like many of us all love Juice WRLD as well. So just to hear, that this comes from like a real place of love for you and everything,
Mm.
it just makes the album that much better, which is hard to say because it's already incredible.
Right.
Also
Thank you.
love that your son was on it. How did he like that experience?
Yeah, well, he's kind of grown up. He's like a studio rat. He's kind of been raised in the studio and on tour buses and so forth. So he's kind of used to it. He plays music and stuff like that. He records himself already at 6. So I've really pushed him, I think, in that direction. But he kind of took it upon himself. I didn't ask him to go on the record and do it. He was just sitting next to me, and he likes to listen, and just threw it out there. So once he did it, I was like, let me hear it again, and the engineer played it back, and I was like, oh, it's cool, let's keep it. So,
Oh, wow. I
but
love that. He just took over.
yeah, he just kind of forced himself on the record, but I love it.
Oh,
To
that's
have him
super
on
cute.
Lil Wayne makes me dad of the year, I guess, to put him on a record with Lil Wayne.
Yeah, and it must feel great to know that you got a little musician on your hands too.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So Clever, we all know that you're signed to Post Malone. You guys are
Mm,
great friends too. I mean, obviously, you've even featured him on your debut album. Can
right.
you tell us a little bit about, or what might have been the best thing that you feel like you learned from him?
I don't know if I've learned much from Post. You really don't get into a real deep, like serious conversation with Post Malone. He's all fun and games. There's hardly any business. The business goes on around Post and the people working, on his team. But um, he doesn't like, if it smells like a business suit conversation, he kind of sees his way out of it. So, if anything, I learned, just from experience to kind of stay grounded. He's definitely like down to earth, especially for where he is in his career, and spends times with his fans and stuff like that, the same way I do. But he's a good dude. Just more fun and games than learning lessons or anything from him.
Yeah.
Um, he reached out to me, after hearing some of my records, and had been playing some of my stuff for a couple months before we linked up. And he was flying me out to different tours and stuff like that. If anything, it's just been inspirational, as far as where you could go, how far you could take it, because to see him sell out 2 shows back to back in the same city, and they're like 20,000 capacity shows, is insane. So
I think it's really cool that you guys are able to have such a great and close relationship without, having that seriousness involved, I feel like that usually
Yeah.
comes in hand with having a great friendship, but it's just good to know that you guys don't need that.
Right. Yeah, for
Really
sure.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. He'd rather goof off than anything.
I
So
think we all would. So Clever, we got your new debut album, Crazy. And then we also previously spoke about how you've been referred to as the industry's secret weapon and best kept
mm,
secret, how that's like,
uh,
a compliment, but at the same time, why would you want to be a secret? So now that
right.
the album's out, we all are hearing more about Clever. How do you feel?
I feel great, just to be out and making some noise is definitely, that's the plan, is to shake the ground. So I've learned in this business, it's a 2 to 3 year process sometimes to really build up to that weekend level, that Post Malone level. But this being the first kind of foundation type album, it's definitely been a huge step forward. So I'm excited.
Oh yeah, so am I. I mean, this is just the beginning. Look at all the incredible stuff you've already done. I
Mhm.
expect nothing but the best from you.
Yeah, thank
So
you. Yeah.
also Clever. One thing I really love about you, I just want to share, is that you talk about really real and raw emotions and experiences in
Mhm.
your music. So I was just wondering, what do you think has been the toughest moment you've had in life that you've then created into an amazing banger?
Well, what you say? What experiences maybe to kind of make me who I am?
The toughest one, yeah. What do you think has been
Well,
the toughest thing?
I think there was a time when I was really growing as an artist and developing years ago that I kind of threw away. Getting in and out of jail. I did some time in prison and stuff, and kind of held myself back a few years. And I think that it really built up. It kind of made me hard on the inside. I was walking the streets full of pride and kind of humbled myself in a jail cell, and to come out, swinging. It's definitely a minor setback, major comeback type mindset, but it made me who I am for sure. But just to do that kind of time, to set yourself back a few years mentally and kind of just, when you're right in the middle of building something up that, I feel like I should have been here a long time ago. But I think that definitely I learned a lot from that time frame, and it made me who I am. So I can't complain that we're here now. So
Yeah. I can only imagine that must have been a really eye-opening experience. And I don't know about you, but I really believe that, things happen when it's supposed to. So I'm so
yeah,
glad that, we're all sitting here with you today. You're sitting here in front of us with a debut album that everybody's loving. Thank you so much, Clever, for the time. I really loved hearing
yeah.
responses.
Well, thank you for your time as well. It's I'm honored to be here. So
My pleasure.
yeah, thank you.
Always love your vibe, Natasha. Thank you for joining again. And
Thank
Clever,
you.
I'm so happy your son is so passionate about music as well. I'm so
Yeah,
excited
he's a
to
killer.
see where he goes with it.
Yeah, he's a killer for sure.
That
He
is
plays the
awesome.
piano better than I do. So, and
Mm,
that's saying something. I feel like I'm a good piano player, but he's already a step ahead of me. So I got some
Wait, is
competition, I
he
think.
for him,
is he self-taught or do you have him enrolled in lessons?
I started teaching him chords and different notes and stuff like that when he was around 3, 4, and I tried to get him in some lessons around 5, and about 2 or 3 lessons in, he was like over it because he felt like he knew more than what they were trying to teach him, and he was just like, I'm done with this. And I was like, hey, do what you think, you do your thing. So from there, YouTube is a monster, you know what I'm saying? So he goes on YouTube all the time, and every other day he's sitting his phone up on the piano stand and playing a new Juice World record or something. He's a huge Juice fan. So but he'll be playing like the chords in one hand and the melody in the other. So it's ridiculous to see sometimes, especially at his age.
So what you're trying to say is that a 6-year-old is more talented than I am at 21 years old.